The boy of Nazareth. There came a day to the village of Nazareth when upon its sandy streets walked God. In the end he would walk to Emmaus, but now all was future. In the Mediterranean world in which Jesus lived, children casually and innocently were at play in the streets. There was no danger. When the village was near finishing the daily morning tasks, build a small fire, knead dough, fetch wood, fetch water, the children were called back to the safe arms of their little house. A psalm was sung by those gathered, and the day began in knowing humility, eyes to heaven. Jesus more especially sang in his spirit, and generously lived toward any other child near. He lives toward us. In a few years, half the children will have died. Angels clung to Jesus as though it were a wilderness. Each day, all sons of God call on your hallowed name and ask to be delivered from evil. The children roamed freely and heard the friendly chatter recalling the simple events of yesterday and today. They had little expectation of dreams fulfilled, but loved the prophets, whose stories each morning and evening were portrayed to the encircled children. One of them was a great mystery, for the questions asked by the boy were unanswerable. Late into the evening fires, the men would consider whether they were hearing nonsense or angelic knowledge. There was no thought that these were an innocence, explaining the prophets. There were not many children his age. All those of 2 years had been slaughtered by Herod. Imagine the mourning of the boy. He had set in motion all these days. Should they now be called to question? Far ahead he saw when the days would ascend to glory. There will be a mighty angel blast blown, making the sun and moon aghast. But that is then, and this is now. Life is, for each, a solitary life. What matters of advancing days, even at that one, the very last? We must live the day the same, as well as can be. And have we shown ourselves able? No, we must put our fingers to our wounded hands and sides and say, I am not Lord of me. I am not God. I am His. Our hearts dwell alone, makes its own mistakes, suffers in its ways. We shall incline ourselves to be as human as possible, one to live completely unto another, as to be the sun which rises each day of their life, to grow warmer without, warmer within. We will never find that place of purest love, but the striving is essential. We have essence and they have essence acknowledged, and to give ours to them. Seeming strong, we are feeblest of beings. None else bleeds for the other. None abandons what he has set before himself and moves to deprecation, desolation, and forsakenness. The boy God seemed always in a reverie. His lips at times moved rhythmically. He had seen that the Father leaped in glory to the Psalms, envisioning him in all his ways. Nonetheless, the boy faced what no other ever would, the loss of love, the forsakenness which would come upon him on that dreaded hill. Yet the years to come and all the tragedy of them would bring the greatest glory ever known. This too is our story.